Developing right now at noon, we're learning the Wister police chief is the officer who was injured after being shot in an hours-long standoff. A LaFleur County deputy died in that incident. 5 News has been on the scene since yesterday afternoon. Right now, let's go out to 5 News reporter Emily Moss, who is joining us live in Wister. Emily, what have you learned this afternoon?
Yeah, Morgan, the city attorney just called me not that long ago confirming that their police chief, Thompson, was the officer that was shot during the standoff yesterday here in Wister off of Highway 270. Now, thankfully, she says that he's stable and he's expected to make a full recovery. OSBI says this all started around 11 o'clock yesterday when the LaFleur County Sheriff's Office and the Wister Police responded to a welfare check to the home off of Highway 270. They say their suspect, Edgar Laura, immediately opened fire, causing a standoff that lasted to nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We actually took drone footage of that scene today. Law enforcement were back there returning to recover some of those vehicles. Now, as you can see, some of them were left in a pretty bad shape. Tragically, a LaFleur County deputy also died from this incident during the gunfire. They have not been identified to the public yet. Now, the city attorney tells me that the community here is surrounding Chief Thompson in prayers as he moves forward in this recovery. They have not press the official charges against Laura yet. We're not sure what those official charges will be, but we're waiting to learn more. I'm going to be live here giving you those breaking updates all afternoon and evening today. In Wister, covering news where you live, Emily Moss, 5 News.
Thank you, Emily. Some developing news in Shreveport, Louisiana, where a man killed 7 of his own children and another child on Sunday. The oldest of the children was 11 years old. The youngest was only 3. Jason Allen has details on the investigation.
Police say Shamar Elkins killed 8 children, including 7 of his own, in an execution-style shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana, early Sunday morning.
When he returned here, he began to execute children.
The incident started as a domestic dispute around 5 in the morning. According to police, Elkins shot a woman in the face at one house, then went to the house where his children were and shot another woman. Police say he pursued the children, even as some of them tried to escape.
Were they crawling out of windows to get onto a roof?
Yes, so actually this house right here that you see behind us, there's a window right above the garage. They actually climbed out of that window, we believe, and unfortunately one of the children was actually located deceased on the roof. So we are working to determine, we do believe that he shot the child while the child was on the roof trying to get away.
Police said the shooter then stole a vehicle from a driver at gunpoint and led officers on a multi-parish chase. When he stopped in a neighborhood and got out with a gun, officers shot and killed him.
We believe there were multiple weapons used here. There is a handgun that was recovered at this scene, and then there was a rifle-style handgun that was recovered on his person.
One of the adults shot was the wife of the shooter. Both women are hospitalized and expected to live. Photos posted to the gunman's Facebook page show him with several children. One posted just 2 weeks ago, captioned, "With all my kids. What a blessed day."
The kids played in the yard every evening.
Fred Montgomery lives directly across the street. He said there were no signs the shooter would do something like this.
Just yesterday evening, he was sitting on the porch, and I waved at him. He waved back. The children were in the yard playing, and I just come in the house. And then this morning, we woke up to all of this.
Elkins had previously pleaded guilty to a weapons charge. That was back in 2019, but police are still looking for answers as to what it was that prompted this shooting. Jason Allen, CBS News, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Well, tensions are rising between the U.S. and Iran as the ceasefire deadline approaches Tuesday, with new developments in the Strait of Hormuz and talks now in doubt. U.S. Central Command says the Navy fired warning shots at an Iranian tanker before Marines boarded and seized the ship Sunday, citing violations of a blockade on Iranian-linked vessels. Iran has threatened retaliation and says the Strait of Hormuz is again closed. Over the weekend, Iranian forces also fired at 2 commercial tankers. Meanwhile, Iran says it has not decided whether to attend the next round of talks with the U.S.
The president's prepared to escalate, to de-escalate. He means it when he said nothing that benefits Iran is coming out of the Strait.
The administration says U.S. officials are set to travel for another round of negotiations as diplomatic efforts continue. Well, taking a look at gas prices here at home, according to Gas Buddy, average prices in Rogers sit at about $3.40. In Fort Smith, it's about $3.41. Clarksville seeing an average of $3.52. According to leaders, gas prices have hit their highest, with relief expected the next year.
That could happen later this year. That might not happen till next year. But prices have likely peaked and they'll start going down. Certainly with a resolution of this conflict, you'll see prices go down.
According to reports, drivers were paying about $2.98 a gallon in late February before the U.S.-Israeli conflict started with Iran. The trial for a man charged with capital murder started today. Gilberto Gordillo of Springdale is accused of killing 18-year-old Christian Alexander Rodriguez Barroso during a fight in 2024. Gordillo was one of 4 people arrested in connection with the shooting at Lake Fayetteville and the only one charged with killing Rodriguez Barroso. Fayetteville police say at least 4 other people were hurt in that incident. Gordillo has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted capital murder. A court document last month said the death penalty is off the table in this case. We'll keep you updated on this story on air and online on our website, 5newsonline.com, as more information becomes available. A Sallisaw man was critically hurt in a shooting in Texas over the weekend. The Rockdale Police Department says Kobe Ward was shot at Boogie's Texas Bar and Grill late Friday night. He was taken to the hospital and was in critical condition as of Saturday. Police say they arrested a suspect, 23-year-old Raymond McBride Jr., who's facing a second-degree charge of aggravated assault. Well, happening today, Fayetteville residents are being asked to conserve water for the next 3 days. The city's asking all water customers to limit all non-essential water use, which is irrigation, washing cars, filling swimming pools, from Monday through Wednesday. During those days, the Beaver Water District is advancing improvements to its water treatment and transmission system. The city says during the critical infrastructure work, customers shouldn't see any noticeable service impacts.